Hello and welcome back here at another episode here at the Pilgrim's Well. Today we continue our journey on following with Christian. We're going to go into chapter 15, but we're going to stay here for a while because this spell is beautiful and Christian is going to learn a lot here. So we're going to separate this into 5 episodes. We'll do the beginning when he first comes in. Then we're going to follow 3 conversations where Christian meets 3 sisters, and then we will see the closure as he is ready to leave Palace Beautiful. So let's begin. Then Christian spoke to the porter. "Sir, what is the purpose of this house? And may I reside here for the night?" The porter answered, "This house was built by the Lord of the hill, and he built it for the relief and security of pilgrims." The porter also asked from where he had come and where he was going. Christian: "I have come from the city of destruction and am going to Mount Zion. But because the sun is now set, I would like to stay here for the night if you are willing." Porter: "What is your name?" Christian: "My name is now Christian, though it was graceless to begin with. I was born of the race of Japheth, who God will persuade to dwell in the tents of Shem." Porter: "But how has it happened that you have arrived so late since the sun has already set?" Christian: "I ought to have been here sooner, but oh, wretched man that I am. I overslept at the shady resting place that is located on the side of the hill Difficulty. Yet in spite of that, I would have been here much sooner, except that as I slept, I lost my scroll of certification and reached the top of the hill without it. Then, searching for it, I was dismayed to find it had gone. So I was forced, with heaviness of heart, to return to the place where I overslept. And then, on recovering it, I pressed forward once again, and so have come this far." "Well," Porter said, "I will call out for one of the virgins who live here. If your conversation is to her liking, she will invite you to join the rest of the family. That is in accordance with the rules of the house." So the porter, watchful, rang a bell, at the sound of which a grave, dignified, and beautiful lady named Discretion came to the door of the house and asked why she had been called. The porter answered, "This man is on a journey from the city of destruction to Mount Zion. But being weary and seeing the sun is now set, he asked me if he might stay the night here. So I told him I would call you, and that after some discussion with him, you would decide what seemed best according to the rules of the house." Then she asked him from where he had come and where he was going. So he told her. She also asked him how he had entered into the way, and he told her. Then she asked him what he had seen and encountered along the way, and he told her. Finally, she asked his name, and to this he replied, "It is Christian. And now I have an even greater desire to reside here tonight because, according to what I now understand, this place was built by the Lord of the hill for the relief and security of pilgrims." So she smiled, though tears welled up in her eyes. Then, after a little hesitation, she said, "I will call here 2 or 3 more of the family." So she ran to an inner door and called out to Prudence, Piety, and Charity, who, after a little more conversation with him, invited Christian inside to meet the rest of the family. As a result, many of the residents met him in the lobby and warmly beckoned him. "Come in, you who are blessed of the Lord. This house was built by the Lord of the hill for the express purpose of entertaining pilgrims such as yourself." Then Christian bowed his head in acknowledgement and followed them into the main part of the house. So when he had come inside and sat down, they gave him something to drink, and then they all agreed that until supper was ready, it would be profitable use of their time if one or 2 of them should have conversation with Christian about some specific matters. So Piety, Prudence, and Charity were appointed to have discussion with him, And so they began. Well, we'll stop here, just not to rush through this beautiful palace, this place of learning, of teaching, of a place where a Christian can rest. I think what John Bunyan here is describing is the place of Christian learning, really, of dwelling with other brothers and sisters, a resting place. I have a feeling that John Bunyan is portraying this place kind of as like a church, a place of the household of God where people come together, where they rest in a sense from their journey and learn together. And so the entrance, he meets this first virgin, one of the daughters of the house who checks his story, right? Who sees what has happened. And Christian describes himself as before he was graceless, but now he is Christian. It's beautiful, the description of a Christian, isn't it? Before we come to Christ, before we are a follower of Christ, we are graceless. We don't have the grace of God watching over our lives that has brought us forgiveness, has set us on this journey. But as soon as a person turns on this journey, his name becomes Christian. And so we're now at this house, this place of rest. And as a fellow Christian, I would like to ask you, do you enjoy every now and then this place of learning? As you go to church, as you meet with other brothers and sisters, as it were, you take a step aside from this journey and are strengthened and encouraged by your brothers and sisters as you learn piety, as you learn love, as you learn wisdom from the people of God. Yes, from the pastor and also from other brothers and sisters in church as you are strengthened on your journey. As the Christian life, we really have the unique opportunity to meet in this palace called Beautiful, this place of learning about God, every week as we meet with the brothers and sisters in Christ. So don't forget to regularly meet with brothers and sisters that strengthen you on this journey. Next time we will continue with our conversations as we will take them one by one and learn about wisdom, about love, and about humility and the way of walking honestly before God. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.